My hat's off. So tonight we are going to do Titus and then a whole mess of Wind Riders. Let me get this. It's better. We're going to do these guys. And hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm going to check with my wife to see if the stream is okay. So are you ready here? Hold on. Okay. Honey, I am online. Over.
Hi, honey. One moment. I hear my favorite YouTuber is doing a live stream.
Okay, waiting for your approval. Over. So these are the guys we're working on. These guys are from Combat Patrol, which apparently this month they just sent 6 of these, and that was it. That was their.
Ooh, it says around your
what?
Your image, your icon. It says live.
Oh yeah, I think I am. But let me know how the audio is because I had audio problems last time. Over. It's our intercom.
You sound completely clear.
Oh.
Over.
All right. Yay. Thank you. You have a good night, hon. I'll see you later. Okay. Love you. Bye bye. Over now.
Love you too. Over and out.
Okay. So there. Anyways, so this guy came with ordered from Amazon a $25 character encyclopedia, and it came with Titus, which I was like, oh wow, it's cheaper than just buying Titus, and so that was kind of nice. And then these guys were from the Combat Patrol magazine, which you got 6 of them and 2 paints. So I remember these guys. I had the Eldar Combat Patrol, and I remember them being a bit obnoxious to put together, honestly, if I recall correctly. Because Eldar are tiny and they're old castings and they have a lot of fiddly bits. So I don't know, maybe I'll just explode in uncontrollable rage when I start to put these guys together. But I'll start with Titus because he's pretty cool. And I have to have the instructions because he doesn't come with instructions, but not like you can't figure this guy out. He's not very complex. He has a push to fit model. And he's blue. But I'm probably going to scrape off the iconography and do something else with him. Because I think he's only got like 1 or 2 pieces of ultramarine stuff on him. Which I do not have ultramarines. Although Robute Gilliman is kind of a cool figure. He's tempting to paint. But anyways. Yeah, I tried this last night and I had problems with the audio for some reason. It could have been because I was trying to play some music or something, and maybe there's some sort of algorithm or AI thing that cuts off the transmission of audio when it has, music from somewhere. I think it was just I was trying to do like a royalty-free stream from some smooth jazz people. But who knows? Oh, these oh, that's right. These are made to come out just to be punched out. Because I'm impressed with how easy it is to get them out of here and clear and clean. Okay, no, he doesn't have any iconography on his shoulder pad. So he can just be a blood angel. I want to make him blood angel. Oh no, he's got a big U on his chest. Yeah. Yeah. What about his leg? And he's got a U on his leg. Oh, you bugger. I'll have to shave that off. Let's see what I can do with that. Let me do that right now. Not that I don't like ultramarines, I just don't have any. I'm not painting any. Like if I get some Marine figures, they're either going to be Raptors or Blood Angels. That's it. There. Fresh. Okay. Man, these are well engineered. I do miss having music. Maybe I'll just put some headphones on, even though people won't be able to hear it. Be able to hear me. This is engineered very well to not have. What was that? Go over.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but if you'd like help testing some music, you could play some music and I'll let you know how it sounds. Over.
No, that's okay. I'll just go without for now. I might put on some headphones at some point. I think it might be something with the laptop because the laptop, it's very basic sound chip. Anyways, love you. Good night. Over now.
Love you too, honey. Good night. Have fun putting together your models tonight. Love you. Over and out.
Let's see. So there. Man, these guys are, this guy is really well engineered. Barely anything to clean up on each thing. I guess that's the nature of the push fit stuff. But less ability to make modifications to it, I guess, or change up the pose. Does this have anything? This does not. Originally, you could get these, or get this guy from, was it a Target set? You could get that and some Tyranids, Hormagaunts, I think, or Termagants. Or is it Termagants and Hormagaunts? If Vanzig was here, he would let me know. That's one thing I regret is I used to stream on Twitch, and I had a handful of regular people who would hang out with me and talk to me while I painted or assembled things. And Vanzig was a guy he was always there, and always good to talk. And I sent him a message on Twitch just to let him know, like, dude, I'm pretty much done with Twitch. Not for any reason other than the application was not working well with my stuff after the move, which honestly could be a ton of different things. So maybe someday I'll go back and try Twitch again. But YouTube is super easy. And I am a simple man. Let's see, is that a U? Yeah, okay. All right, I'm going to see if I can clean this U off. I don't know if anybody will be able to see it when I'm done. But I'm just trying to take off the ultramarine iconography off of him. Since I'm probably going to make him into a lieutenant or something for Blood Angels or the Raptors. Although, there's some cool new 3D prints for the Raptors called Rat Ops, or Rat apostrophe OPS, from some guy's Cyberbrush. I think that's his name. And they look really nice. And so I'm tempted, I'm halfway through my Blood Angel army. And now I see a whole bunch of raptor pieces. And so I want to be painting green again. Too much. Too much green. Although lately it's been a lot of red and gold. Just getting a little bit off at a time. Flatten it out. I've got a little sander thing. It's almost there. I remember the day I got the Sword Brethren that I converted to Blade Guard veterans. That was the day Artist Opus had a video immediately. It was like Kismet, but it was a video immediately of how to remove iconography fast and effective. It helped some. Get some good tips for cleaning up after. But a good X-Acto knife does the job. All right. So there. What else can we see? Oop. I can kind of see. No ultramarine. And now his chest, the chest ecological region. That would mean removing the entire Aquila. I kind of need to, though, because that U is very prominent. Let's see what we can do here. I wonder what I'll be able to find some other kind of iconography, a bunch of detailed bits for the Crimson Lords. So I guess by necessity, this guy's going to be a Blood Angel. Let's get it from the other angle. Just trying to remove the iconography off of Titus. Get the big U off his chest. Gotta figure out what to put in its place. I always hate destroying an Aguila because that's like one of the most satisfying things to paint. Something about the texture of it, the flow of the paint over it. Poor Aguila. There we go. I need to fill a little bit of a gap. Bare chest. So that's it. Okay. Put them together now. Let's see. Oh, instructions. Need to alt tab real quick. Okay. Need his chest. Is that his back of his chest? Back of the chest. And his chainsword. Which that? Deal. Sorry. Yeah, I think that's right. Does not go together easily. Bendy. I think that fits. Okay. And his head. There. And then this. And then these. Is right, or is it a different one? Oh, no, that's going to be that one. These feel like they're not super well proportioned with each other. They don't go together too easily. There. Bite. All right. Do this. Yeah. No? Oh, this goes into the other part. That can't be right. This can't be right. Unless he's, I don't know, completely weird. Maybe he is completely weird. Okay. And then this part. Careful of the head. Stop falling off there. Okay. I feel like I need to get a little bit more off the chest. Next. Shoulder pads. Actually get the other leg part together. And that one actually went together well. Okay, so shoulder pads first. And then this one over here. There. That goes in pretty easy. Gun goes over here. There we go. That's going to need some glue. Just because it seemed pretty loose. All right. Need the other leg. Something else goes on the hip. No. All right. Come on. This does not want to go in. It's 90% in. I should probably have some glue as well. Just in case. There, back. And holster. What angle is that? Looks like it's along his leg. Behind it somewhat? Can't see from the picture. There we go. That's it. There we go. Okay. Titus-ish. There, all done. There. Titus done with the iconography removed. So, cool. He's a little lieutenant. He's a little bit cheaper than before. And I've got a Titus head, which the head is kind of very serious looking. Very, very grr. Okay. So on to the Wind Riders, which there's a mess of them. It was kind of irritating to, like, I got the Combat Patrol magazine, and you get 6 Wind Riders for this month. It's like more variation. But I suppose it's, the Eldar Combat Patrol. A little while. Oh, and also, hello. How are you? I hope you can hear me okay. I had some audio problems last night. I think it had to do with playing music or something. Some sort of YouTube mojo jojo. Get these all set. I tend to glue the stands first, just because I always end up, or I had a time where I lost a bunch of the stakes. And so I had a bunch of these flat ones that were useless, sort of. I mean, maybe I could find some use for them. Oh, they come with extras. That's kind of nice. Because you get 8 of them. 6 discs, though. That's because they just don't go well together very easily. No, those go in easy. Shoot. Stay over there. This is the easiest part. Oh, wow. I've never had flight bases go together so easily. I've always had like a struggle with them where I've had to like shave them or kind of partially put them in there. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this one doesn't want to go in. Try a different one. Oh. Force it. See, spoke too soon. It's enough. Okay. This will be good. Yeah, that one's good. Okay. You don't really save much money with the Combat Patrol, though. The subscription, you save a bit. Like when you hit the extra models. But it's kind of fun to just get things in the mail that you don't know what's coming. I suppose I could look it up, but that would ruin the surprise. Okay. Yeah, these are actually relatively painless. I just remember putting together the other jet bikes that I got, and they were finicky as all heck. Okay, save those for later. Oop. Leave it on the floor somewhere. I gotta find it because of the puppy. The unfortunate thing is it's transparent. Wow, which means I'll have to go get the flashlight at some point, but not now. Or maybe I'll step on. Could be in the chair. Okay. Times 6. Okay. So I need to get all the seats out. This will be fun. All the core seats. Are jet bikes any good? Like in the current state of the game? I imagine they're pretty good to go and get objectives and things. Or perform missions. I can't imagine them being good in melee. Because they're Eldar. Or, Guardians. So probably strength 3 hits. So when I stopped playing way back when, they had just introduced Shining Spears, which were close combat bikes. Aspect warriors. Never had a chance to play with them. I always wondered if they were any good. But do these guys have a place in the meta right now? I don't know. I already have 6 from the combat patrol, so 12. I imagine they're in squads of 3 to 6, but I don't know. I should look up Wahapedia and see. Also, hello. Good evening. I put together a Titus, and now I'm working on the jet bikes, which that is the excitement for the evening. It should take a chunk of time. And let me know if the audio goes foul. So I was having some problems earlier, or yesterday, not earlier. So I was looking at the book that came with Titus. It's like the character encyclopedia, and got it from Amazon. It released like yesterday or today, and it's like it's a encyclopedia of all the different cool characters from the different factions, and the Space Marines take up literally half of the book. And while the Tyranids are like 2 pages, Xenos are maybe 1/5 of it, because then there's all the other Imperial guys, and then Chaos takes up the next biggest mass stuff of character models and character designs. Necrons had a lot. Necrons had a lot of guys in Eldar, but nowhere near the number of Space Marines that were in there. But the pictures are nice, and it was kind of cool to have these really high resolution pictures of the White Dwarf figures. Although the color text was kind of lower text. I think I should get that one too close. Okay. 6 bikes. Now to clean. I really do need to take the vacuum to the floor in here. A lot of stuff falls on it while you're doing junk. Especially if you do 3D printing, because I've got a fair amount of supports on the floor. Well, a few. Luckily, our dog's not focused on things on the floor. She is very finicky. Still, I need to find that thing. Where did it go? I'm going to have to get the flashlight because it blends right in. Exciting, I know. I wonder if I could play a movie. No, I probably couldn't play a movie. Copyright stuff. Or maybe a movie that doesn't matter. Public domain movie. How old are these figures? It does not say. Doesn't say how old the design is. Oh, 99, I think. Oh, look. This guy had more of these attached to it. Later. I should also say hi. Just to establish. For good luck. Sort of. If I remember correctly, these guys can be crappy to deal with because of their legs and their arm placement. It's like their arms tend to fall off. If I recall correctly. Oops. Like these are figures that I would not mind if they were monopose. Although I got some of those jet bikes with the scouts on them. I don't remember what they're called. But they have the sniper rifles, which are 10 times cooler than these guys. But they surprisingly went together very easily. The riders, like they were engineered so they could only fit like in one way, which made them much easier to put together. So yeah. So hulu and goodbye. My wife suggests I stream while I do this. It's quality content. Like, no, honey, nobody wants to see this. At most, they like to have a conversation about the hobby, which is why I kind of like doing this. Because sometimes every now and then you meet somebody and they just want to chat. And that makes this so much easier. Just doing this. I mean, it's nice to have like music or a movie, audiobook or whatever. It's not the same as just chit chatting. Because usually I learn a lot. Because people are up on things. Usually more up to date than I am. That one already. I remember watching a video not too long ago. It was about a guy did an analysis on man hours of effort to assemble and paint miniatures comparative to their points values. And it was mainly like the three armies that were, that had the most man hours, lowest amount of points was, of course, Adeptus Mechanicus, Imperial Guard, or Astra Militarum, as they're called nowadays, and the Gene Stealer cults, because Gene Stealer cults, apparently, they're pretty robust to paint. Okay, so we've got to glue all these together now. Dry fit. They actually go together pretty easy. But, so I was saying, I bet these guys are a fair amount of high man hours, low points value. But then if you want to get into that, then you start getting into this giant, those character models. High points value, low effort, at least for assembly. Painting almost always take more time for character models since they're the most fun. There we go. It's a nice night tonight. Our security cameras caught caught deer walking around in the back right before my wife was heading off to sleep. We're sort of off staggered schedules. Just too bad. There we go. But usually we see porcupines, deer, and a beaver once. Apparently there was a moose down the street, but we still haven't seen one yet. Okay. Bike body is done. Next we need to assemble the hoods. So a whole bunch of hoods. And then we need to add a whole bunch of little bits to the bike body. So I think the bike body itself is not that big a deal. It's all the little guys with their arms and legs that are fiddly because they fall off because they're not monopose. I'm just talking. Let's see. I wonder if there's a fast way I can just do the guys. Yeah, I'll probably come up with a system to do them really quickly by the time I'm like on the 5th or 6th one. So if I ever need to do more, I'll know. Or maybe I thought that when I do my first 6. I should probably put Titus front and center, maybe. No. It's front and center to me. Can't see him up there. Maybe I should lower this. Let's see, because people aren't here to see me. Well, I'm doing stuff up here, so maybe that's better. Or Chris, you could invest in an actual camera. But I have an actual camera. Just my laptop is kind of doesn't get along with it. Maybe someday. These will be easy to clean because they only have 4 connections each. And know where they all are. Not irregular shapes at all. I've been vaguely thinking about doing or painting more Eldar stuff because there were some really nice STLs of Scorpions, which are the Eldar heavy tanks. They were pretty nice. So I printed out 3 of them. And the same day, Artist Opus, well, not the same day, because that took me several days to print 3 of them. But I think in the middle of the third day, Artis Opus came out with a video on this neat effect for painting vehicles and flat panels in vehicles, and it looks so nice with these scorpions, because he demonstrated it on a Falcon. They have those sectional panels, and like, oh, that will look really nice there. Although I still haven't decided like what craft world or color scheme I'm going to use. I feel like same hand should be orange and black. What are they? They're red and white, I think, right? The default, they're like the ones that are on the covers all the time. So there's red and white, I believe. I don't know, orange and black would be kind of a fun scheme. Also, hello. I am working on jet bikes for the Eldar. And I did Titus not too long ago, which is kind of a fun model for a push fit, snap fit. I don't remember what they call them. Snap tight. But I have 6 more of these guys to do. I'm doing the easy part now, which is the bikes themselves. The little guys are finicky. I'm just cleaning right now. Very exciting. But it's always nice to stream and chat with people now and then. It's more fun than an audiobook. So if you have any thoughts or questions, let me know. If you're not a bot. Ouch. I just cut my thumb a little bit. A tiny little bit. That's what I get from. My wife sees me doing this and she's all like, pull towards your thumb. Yes, I do. Yay.
Be careful, honey. Over.
Thanks, honey. Over.
Good night. Over and out.
Good night. Over and out. Love you. When I exert some pressure. It's a tiny little cut. Super exciting. I can put some super glue on it. Maybe that's what I will do. There's got to be a better way for superglue to deliver itself. Okay. Back to it. These guys got clean. Not a lot of shaving to do with those. See now, after I get these together, they'll be the little guys. And that will be annoying. Or will be annoying. But if something annoys you so much, why do you do it? Because it's fun. I don't know. My wife asks me a lot, "Are you having fun, honey?" I'm like, nope. Because things can be very frustrating as you overcome the hurdles that you face as you put things together, as you paint them. And it's like, no, this sucks. I don't know if I'm going to destroy the model or not. I don't know if I'm going to ruin it and waste this money. I don't know if I want to break it. What's fun is getting past that and then having a thing that you can go and say, oh, I did that. I did that. And so, no, honey, I'm not having fun at the moment. I am preparing myself to have future fun, which I think is what this is. So these guys, oh yeah, they just go like that. They fit. It's pretty direct, straightforward. Also, hello. I am working on Eldar jet bikes, and I did Titus not too long ago. I suppose I should glue from this. Put glue on the top of this. And probably there. The best spots. Let's see if that sticks. Seems like it. Seems like it's sticking. Next piece. Those out of the way. They're a good fit. Old castings, but they're engineered pretty well. I suppose you don't call them castings anymore, really. You call them, I don't know, injections, molds. I don't know if you guys can hear, but there's an owl outside hooting. Very spooky in October. Very spooky. I'm looking forward to Halloween though. Where we last were before we moved here, we never got hit. What are they? Hitchhikers, trick or treaters. We never got trick or treaters because we lived on this pretty active road So any child or parent that let their child trick or treat on that road would have been negligent. But here, I think we actually have a neighborhood and children's running around. So we got good candy, like candy bar minis. So hopefully we'll get a reputation of good trick-or-treat targets. All right, next up. Oh gosh, lots of little things. 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 8, 9, 10, 11. It's a lot of little things. I'll close it up for now. Okay. Okay, the handlebars. I'm going to go 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then I'll grab the others second round. Not a very satisfying snap. Okay, that's 5 and 6. We're not going to put up too much decorations this year, though. We've just got like a pumpkin and some little trick-or-treat lights. Although my wife for Christmas wants to go all out. So that should be fun. Hopefully, we have a little pond outside. Hopefully it'll be in time for like it to freeze over. You can decorate that. Like around that, put little trees around it or something. Is that bleeding here? The fun thing though about living in a small town now is that they seem to do a lot more stuff for the holidays. Or it could be that maybe we just didn't get out enough in our old place. But they have all these events going on, fall festival stuff. It's been kind of fun because we have this little community park nearby. It's really nice, modern. Sometimes open mic nights and things like that. Yeah, an Irish festival not too long ago. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Which that was pretty fun. Although they had this one woman who was doing line dancing instruction for it, and her voice is stuck in my head every now and then when I think of it. It wasn't necessarily bad, but it was repetitive. See, my wife's going to watch this stream in the morning, and she'll be like, "Oh my gosh, I remember." Meanwhile, the people hanging out and watching are like, "What the hell is he talking about? Why? We're here to talk about miniatures, man. Not freaking Irish festivals." I know. I'm a bad streamer, I know. Not entertaining enough. But I just like doing this. And occasionally when people talk to me, it's kind of nice. Because late nights, hanging out. It's good to have folks to talk to. I mean, it's this or go outside and look for bears. So maybe indirectly, you're saving my life, which is possible. We still need to get, honey, still need to get bear repellent, by the way. If you watch this in the morning, remind me, bear repellent. We need to go to Dick's Sporting Goods. Which you can't get on Amazon in here because we're in New England. Oop. And big word on the street was there was a moose down the way. We still haven't seen it. Apparently you have to be on Facebook in this area because apparently like the whole neighborhood is on Facebook, and I'm like, no, I don't really want to. But we might get shunned. And then who will help us raise our barn? Who will help us churn our butter? I don't know. Okay. Man, Eldar miniatures are so, like, in the abstract, plain. They're very plain. So much depends on their paint scheme. And I am kind of like leaning towards orange and black right now. Like black armor, orange heads, or, for our guardians. Who is that? Is that an actual craft world? I don't know. All right, gotta clean these up. No more mishaps. No more chunks into the fingers. Wish it was raining. We still need rain. We had like a pretty bad drought for a good chunk of time. But then we had like a big rainstorm a couple weeks ago. But we still need more. And these are going to be ugly on the banks. Just the way the sprues were placed, or the connections to the sprue. There's no good, easy way to get at the pieces. Of course, then Duncan Rhodes would be like, "You fool! This is how you do it." Like, I'm sorry, Duncan Rhodes. I'm sorry. My wife and I were talking about what would we do if we won the lottery. And one of my things was I would hire Duncan Rhodes to come here and teach me, like set him up for like a month or something, and I become Duncan Rhodes' disciple. They're like, how much would that cost? I don't know. Get him. Maybe Artis Opus too. Who knows? Thing is, both their videos are so well done. They'd be like, just watch the videos, man. All right. Of course, I don't think either of them would want to travel quite so far, even for a paid engagement. I still think, honey, if you're still there, I still think we should get Mike Massey. Like when we next celebration, Mike Massey. hire him. Come play at our anniversary. That's what I should do. I should use the stream like memos. Note to Honey. And this way I can see if she actually watches my stream. I can be like, oh, honey, did you get the memo? And then she divorces me. Then the judge will be like, it says here that you do Warhammer and you paint Warhammer? Yes, Your Honor. Judgment for the plaintiff. Yeah. There we go. Also, my wife might very well be like, you put super glue in your cut? Yes, honey. I'm pretty tough. You know. This is what I learned in my time with the Navy SEALs. You know, back in Da Nang. Okay. I was not a Navy SEAL. Just in case somebody could take it out of context and say, you see, Your Honor, or it could come out if I ever run for office, stolen valor. During one of the live streams for the candidate, claimed to be a Navy SEAL and to participate in the Vietnam War. That would be bad. See what happens, my mind just wanders. I'm hanging out and people aren't talking. But hello, I'm still working on these jet bikes. I finished Titus. He is right here. I had to shave off all his iconography since I don't have Ultramarines. But it's a nice figure. A good push fit. He was like $20 on Amazon because you buy him with a book. You buy him with the character guide encyclopedia. But most of the people I talk to were like, oh, I've already got him because you could get him for him and like 10 or 20 Tyranids from a game at Target, which I had no idea. I think I saw it once, but I was like, hey, I don't really go to Target to buy Warhammer stuff. Although I did get a box of those Warhammer Heroes at one point, which was like 8 of them. That was kind of cool. So I didn't know that was like a thing. Where is this? Oh, there it is. Oh, this is weird looking. This is going to be dangerous. I should have cut this a lot closer. All these are going to be kind of crappy. Maybe I should actually... Yeah, it helps a little. Helps a little. I think it must have been the angle of snipping it off there. Oh, hey, go for it. How's it going? Thanks. I'll try. Sorry, I couldn't. My sound was messed up last night, I think. I didn't see you in time. Don't believe so. But can you hear me okay? Earlier I did a microphone check with my wife and it seemed okay then. But now, just working on these Eldar guys. I finished Titus already. Okay, time to glue. So I need these pieces. Oh, thanks. Cool. And thanks for subscribing. That was very cool of you. I'm having fun. I know this isn't like stunning content, but I'm enjoying doing it. Let's see. I should have dry fit this first. Best practices. There. There goes this one. I'm going to go through all 6 of a piece and then rotate, since I've got 6 jet bikes to do. Although I'm probably not going to paint these guys for a decade at my pace. But you know, I am leaning towards doing orange and black for the craft world. I need to look up and see if there's actually a craft world or not. But if it's not, then I'm still going to do it. But I just think orange and black would be cool for, you know, Halloween. And then that would kind of give me a theme for Harlequins. Might be kind of fun. Okay. Now we need the engines, which go dry fit like that. Okay. So these should be quick. Or I could put them on complete. Oops, I didn't clean this one. There we go. I am going to reward myself later by painting more of the Blade Guard Veteran Blood Angel conversions. I had fun doing that this morning. Painted a couple of guys, and they came out pretty well. It's kind of fun. Like ever since I had my eye surgery, I've been on a kick. Yeah, after I healed up a bit, but it's been so nice to be able to like see things well. Oops. And it makes painting much more of a joy. Because like, you know, like painting, you can see all the mistakes you make and everything. Before I was sort of guessing. There. We're getting through these guys. Six jet bikes. I wonder if they're like actually good though for the meta, if they have a good role or not. Okay, so how do these go? These go like this. No, like this. Yeah, like that. Okay. These are the foot pedals or foot pads. I'll put them in backwards. That would be good. That needs a little bit more shaving. Okay. As know if I let that go, when I go to paint it, I'll be like, should have cut it. There's part of me that hates leaving miniatures in their boxes. Like, it reminds me of having a Steam backlog. You know, it's like there's stuff I should be doing. It's really shouldn't feel that way about recreational stuff. But yeah. Okay, now where does that go? Okay, these go the front here. Okay. These should be moderately quick as well. If I put them in right. Yeah. So I'm sitting here doing this and I'm thinking about how to paint those blood angels. I tried streaming the other day, painting some of them, but my setup is just not conducive to streaming while painting. Like over here, I have my assembly. Over there is painting. I got a ton of lights over there because I need them to see the stuff. And the lights are like shining right into the camera. All right, we need 8, 9, 10, 11 for all the rest here. Oh wait, no, yeah, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then I assemble the two parts. But then get on with the tough part, which is putting the little men on there. Which I just remember doing I put together like 6 of them last year, and they were pretty annoying. Okay, these are 8s, these are 9s. And there's 10, 11. It's 11. I mean, these look identical, but well, almost identical. So I don't want to get them confused. 10, 11, okay. But these are basically just the wings, I think. Yeah, wings. That's 9. Here's 8. And 11. These are tiny and going to be kind of annoying to clean. Just have that sort of vibe. Lately I've been thinking about making a new character in Fallout and playing that for a bit. It's been years since I played Fallout or Fallout 4. I don't know why it's stuck in my head lately. Maybe because the YouTube algorithm. I think I saw some content for it recently. That's probably why. But then that always raised the specter of, what to play, what build, or just cheat. Play them all. Usually how I cheat is set all stats to 10, just so I don't have to worry, and then just choose perks as you go. So it makes it more fun for me. But then I treat those games like sandboxes. After I beat it once. When did Fallout come out? Fallout 4 come out? I mean, it's wow. Not as old as Skyrim. Old. Ooh. Crap. I think I mixed two up. All right. Let's double check everybody. Those are all, you're in the wrong spot. You were in the right spot. Okay. Okay. That's what I get for babbling. Not paying attention. Okay. 11. And I have a hankering for Slurpee. Something. Slushy, icy, something like that. That would be nice. I wonder if the Cumberland nearby is open 24 hours. Not that I go. If I wasn't here, my wife woke up, she'd be pretty upset. Still, the temptation. Try not to chop my finger this time. These are actually kind of sharp. Oops, I think I missed a spot in the back. Oh no, it just was clean. Clean slice. Okay, that felt rough. There we go. Yeah, something about building 6 vehicles in a row. There's no variation at all. I suppose I could make some variation in them. I don't think they have a lot of, they don't have, yeah, they don't have any variant heads or anything. How old of sprues are these? I think they're 99, but that's just a serial number. It could be anything. Sometimes the first 2 digits represent the year. I could be wrong. So when I first started playing Eldar, they had the lead ones or the pewter metal. And they were chunky. They're chunky beasts. Like you can melt them down to make bullets. I remember the most chunkiest thing was a dreadnought. You could get, it felt like a few pounds of lead. They looked super goofy. They had no knees. So you had to imagine them waddling around the battlefield. Back then, dreadnought rules were insane. They were very, very tough. And if you killed your opponent's heavy weapons before they could kill your dreadnought, then the game was over. Because nothing could touch it. But that's when they had toughness 10 was the highest toughness you could have. And toughness would negate lower levels of strength. So like a strength 5 weapon could not hurt a toughness 10 or 9 thing. Which made a lot of battles foregone conclusions. Like the first time the Eldar Avatar came out. I think it was Rogue Trader right before 2nd edition. And you could have random stats. You'd have to roll them before the battle. So it was like 1d6 plus 3 or 4 for different stats. And if you rolled a 10 toughness, then it was like, oh, if your opponent was bringing Marines and they had 3 squads of tactical Marines, which a lot of people did at that time because that was the box set of Marines that came out first. It allowed you to make 30 Marines, 2 tactical squads, basically, and and then 2 combat squads of 5. And but only 2 missile launchers. So if you kill those 2 missile launchers, which there was no rules to prevent you, you could separate them out and just say, okay, each one is getting a las cannon blast to the face. And they couldn't do anything about it. Which is kind of strange that a lot of the really bad rules choices still are prominent in 40K. They mitigate them somewhat. But the main way they mitigate them is making every battle map Stalingrad. And that's like a huge mitigating factor against range combat. But I digress. I ramble a bit. That's kind of why I made my table to be forest. Nature with some ruins, but not Stalingrad. But also I I was going for this sort of motif for my figures of that each of the armies had sort of a different season on their base. And so the Raptors were autumn, the Necrons were winter, Blood Angels were spring, and the Eldar Summer. I don't know what I'm going to do when I start another army. Probably some other gimmick. But we'll see. Does anyone know how many points these guys are? 6 speeder bikes? Because this has to be a lot of work for very little points. Also, hello. Thank you for stopping by. I am working on Wind Riders, and I did Titus earlier. He is done. He is right there. Just heading out on top of the laptop. And I'm getting out to the itty bitty pieces of the Wind Riders. Fire. I was just traveling down memory lane about old versions of Warhammer. Although actually, like, I didn't realize this, but I only really played first edition Rogue Trader when they started to introduce Eldar and Orc special rules. They started to more formalize it. That was the Wild West. Okay, these guys now. Where did these go? Oh, these are the instructions I'm using. Comes with Combat Patrol. The magazines are not very interesting to me, so I just ripped it out. Okay, so this is 8, goes here. Left front, like that. Yeah, okay, good. I'm going to do I'm going to go cycle 8, 9, 10, 11. So I don't get like the wings confused. And then throw them across the room. Yeah. Hopefully this won't take too long. Let me know if I cut out or anything, because keeping an eye on my audio. It's been good so far. Knock on wood. Was not good last night. It's very grumpy. Was it last night or night before? Either way. Does not feel right. Press this because it isn't. There we go. Okay. All right. Get the other wing. Those don't seem to fit very nicely, but they are going in that spot. They seem to have a little bit more wiggle room than I'm used to. Best angle is from beneath it. It's not sticking. Why is it not sticking? Okay, just gotta hold it there. Exciting. best to view it from here. All right. Better. Slowly but surely. So, okay. Now the wings. Okay. 10 goes on the left here. These are going to suck. Maybe. I shouldn't presume. Yeah, I'm going to have to hold on to these. Gripping cinema. All right. Stay. I think I put this one in slightly wrong. Yeah, there. Okay. Yeah, they're pitched backwards a little. Exciting. There. Getting there. Put too much glue there. Hopefully it won't be too crazy. Okay. Then over here, the last decorative piece. I mean, I suppose they could be like stabilizers or something. That doesn't look right. Thing is, these are basically ball and socket joints, even though they have like a little bit of a edge. There's too much wiggle room. That's good. Got a lot to try this on the desk. Good. The last thing for the bikes to be done should be assembling the hood onto it. And then it's all about the figures. Oh, and the weapons. I need to decide which weapons to put on them. I might put the dual shuriken because I think the only ones with like advance on them. But does that matter to me? I usually favor shooty over tactical. I may have to look them up, which means I'll be away for a few seconds. Let's see. I'm just going to open the window here. Baja. Let's see what we can see. Actions, Eldar. Are they Skyweavers? Is that what they are? Well, no, Wind Riders. It says Wind Riders right here. There they are. Okay, they can have a scatter laser, a shuriken cannon, twin shuriken catapult. Their close combat weapon is garbage. Swift demise. Well, they get a range, they get an attack bonus. So the main thing about twin shuriken catapults is they have assault. Shuriken cannon has lethal hits, while scatter laser has a stand. You know what? Shuriken cannon. Sorry, I like shuriken cannon. That's what we're doing. All right, shuriken cannon. Okay, so pick that up. Which one is the shuriken? Okay, that's the scatter laser. That's the shuriken cannon. All right. Well, I don't need to do it now. I need to finish putting the hood on top of these guys. This is where we're at right now. We got that, and then that, and 6 of them. This goes just like that. Well, that's a nice, easy fit. It's clean. Let's see how that goes. But yeah, shuriken cannon. Definitely more fun. I usually lean towards, even though like, they say you want to spec for countering different types of enemies. I usually prefer to just give them the shootiest type gun that they can have, so your choice of targets is larger, which might bite me in the butt someday, like when you're fighting a whole bunch of Tyranids or guardsmen or something, but I don't know. Usually find it sometimes best to just avoid those huge messes of things and kill what expensive things you can. But I am far from an expert. But supposedly 11th edition is coming soon, or next year. So maybe things will switch up again. I keep hoping that they'll someday embrace alternating activations, simultaneous fire. Okay, so we finished page one. Page one, done. We're on to page 2, which is, oh, you can't see my light so bright. Nope, too bright. There. Page 2. Okay, so the key to doing the riders is you assemble every piece of the rider except for the arms, then you put the arms on. Ooh, did you hear the owl? There's an owl out there in the forest, hooting and hunting. Did you hear it? No. The moment I start talking, he'll pipe up again. Okay, but we're not doing those. We got to do the consoles. It says snip off. Snip off the console peg to make it lie flat. I wonder if I can skip that and put in just this part to cover it up. Because I don't feel like having the consoles raised. So who knows? I'm gonna try it. Yeah, I'm just gonna tuck those in. Seems kind of foolish. I wonder if I did that with the other set. Because this is something me. This would be like, I want it to look pretty. I don't care about it having the illusion of functionality. Okay, go over here. Let's get all those little pieces out. And then I'm going to need all the shuriken cannons. So I should go back and get that out of there. Shuriken cannon. That's awkward. So the shuriken cannon gets several shots. So I don't know. There's also something more satisfying about painting shuriken cannons for some reason over scatter lasers, because I think scatter lasers are so blocky, while the shuriken cannon is this nice long swoop. So there's a satisfying feeling to swing your brush down along that length. Sounds kind of goofy, but yeah. Keep listening for that owl. Then after these, we've got all the riders to do. Which I remember those being a hassle because their arms would fall off. They're hard to get in position. But maybe it was just a bad batch. Let's see. Probably not. I can hope. We may actually be done, maybe another hour at most. Knock on wood again. Maybe go and be productive. Okay. All right, cleaning. Where did it go? There it go. Okay. If you guys have any questions or anything, or heck, just want to talk about what you're working on, I could use the chit chat. It keeps me going. It'll feel good getting these things off my desk finally, because they've been sitting here for a week or so. Not Titus. Titus came here today. But the Wind Riders have been sitting here for a couple weeks. And they sort of, since they're not in a box, they prey on my thoughts more because they're out and about. They could theoretically, there's a non-zero chance they could get lost or broken or something. You're like a bear can leap through the window. Be careful with this. Slice my thumb again. Been having a vibe lately of wanting to play a looter shooter. I don't want to go back to Destiny. I booted up Borderlands, the pre-sequel, but for some reason that just bored the crap out of me. I can maybe try Borderlands 2 again, or 3. I haven't picked up 4. Don't plan to for a while, because usually best to wait on those for the Game of the Year edition. Although one of the new character DLCs looks kind of cool. Cash. Something about a gunslinger. Maybe that's it. Maybe I need like a more compelling character. So go back to 2 to play 0. That would be fun. Hopefully it'd be fun. Go and check. It's got all that, all those expansions too. So that'd be nice. I had Borderlands 2 VR for a time, but it was a little bit awkward. The interface was not very good. Never got used to teleporting to move. Okay. Slap all these suckers in place. Let's see. Look at this lazy man shortcut. I am not putting anything in inside there. I'm just covering it up. Because sometimes I feel like, there's no reason that couldn't have been molded as part of it. Sometimes it feels like Games Workshop puts pieces onto a figure just to create the time to build. Like, they feel like if you spend $50 on a box set, you should get X amount of hours putting it together. I'm like, no. Like, I'm so happy when I 3D print something and it's in one piece or 5 pieces. You just slap it together. That makes me happy. I think I only really like the end moment when you've got a done figure and you've got it painted and everything, and it's all set. It's like you get past it. There. All right. Now guns all under here. Yep. Okay, that should be easy. Good. Pew. That's off a little bit. Oh, it's got some wiggle room so you can like angle it one direction or another. Do not like that. I want it just to shoot straight. My paint water dish is making noises. I wonder if it's got a leak, which would suck. All right. The bikes are done. These are them. Now for the guys, which we just need head, torso, and legs. Huh. funny, it says in the instructions that he has variants for the head, but it does not. Everything is the same. I'm just going to chop out all the pieces because this is the home stretch. Get the guys done, and then we're done. And back in the day, Eldar were pretty diminutive compared to Marines, and now even more so. They're tiny, tiny guys. Not as tiny as Grots, still tiny. Yeah, there's excess nothing on these. Well, that's not fair. There's some guns, some extra guns on here. So, slap them on a tank or something. Let's separate these out. You know, no. Well, yeah, we should. Okay. Organized. Thanks. It's around about this point during the night. Start to drag a little. Just gotta finish, push through, finish these guys. Okay. Oops. Separate these guys out. That's not good. fell right into his proper pile. I'm just not good. Yeah, no, I didn't. I'm just that oblivious. A little bit sleepy. Which is not good. I slept a good chunk earlier. Okay. Last room. And then we get to cleaning, and then hopefully assembly will not. Hopefully. I'm going to try to go with a very basic, streamlined pose. Assembly line it. There we go. All right. I'll chop out the guns later. And then we gotta clean all these. It shouldn't take too long for most of these since they don't have, well, actually a bunch of them have a lot of contact. Okay, so all those do need to be cleaned. I was hoping those were extra little spiky bits, but nope. And again, I shouldn't be surprised that Eldar don't have spikes. Drukhari have spikes. Dork, Eldar. Just know I'm going to chop into my finger at some point. There. Starting to get the hang of it now. A little faster. This needs trimming much more the same lines. Six, and 1. Oh, hello. Sorry, I was zoning out there as I was cleaning stuff. It's getting around the end of the night. And this is the persnickety part of the riders, assembling them and putting them on the bikes. Because their legs and arms are finicky. I've been complaining about them for a while. Right now, just cleaning them to get all the excess sprue stuff off of them, which is super exciting. I'm trying not to stab my finger again. Right, 5 and 6. Right, legs. So now, I'm kind of thinking I want to work on some Eldar instead of my Blood Angels for a bit. But I'm halfway through, well, not halfway, a third of the way through another squad of Blade Card veterans. I should finish those before I do anything else. Although I want to get these guys off my desk because I don't like them sitting there. Because they didn't have a box. That's wrong leg. I'm getting there. It's almost done. The bikes are done. The bikes are mostly done. They just need the riders. 6 of them. And I'm cleaning up the riders right now. Each one had a fair number of contact points with the sprue. So it takes a bit to clean them. Well, I just don't want to give up. Exacto blade might need replacing. It's getting a little rough. Gotta get the spot. Let's see. Okay. This is the leg I misplaced. There. I'm so used to using my glasses. And since my surgery, I forgot, like, oh, should see a little bit better up close without them. But then, can't see the chat quite as well. Well, still decent enough. If it moves, I'll see. This is spot. Okay, 2 more legs, and then can get onto assembly, which hopefully will not be a shit show. I just remember the last time I did 6 Wind Riders, they their legs, and well, mainly their arms kept falling off. For some reason, they didn't take to the glue very well. Like I intended to do super glue and accelerant just to make sure they fit. But then you have like 12 seconds exactly to make sure you get the fit right before it is frozen into perpetuity. Okay. Next step. Torsos, legs, head. All right, so torsos, we'll do a chain of torsos. It's probably best to do dry fit. Fit. Yeah, just very loose. All right, keep going. I'm not going to do anything artsy with these guys or go for multiple poses. They are all going to be looking straight ahead, all riding the ranks. Why is this one not fitting? Do you have some sort of misshape? Let me clean it a little bit more. Because for some reason they're not fitting well. Okay, try it again. It works. There's some sort of imperfection. Well, such is life. You'll be the first one to die in every battle. So this one fits perfectly. Not a good fit. Or did you hear the owl that time? He's off hunting. Or just hooting. Who knows? Okay, this one is again, this one is not sitting right. This has something to do with let's see. It looks like there's extra bits. Here. That's better. So what I think it was, the other one, yeah, this one. Let's see if I can pull it apart. That's probably I am supposed to put think of this one torso with another particular torso, but ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm just going to do this. Get your stuff out of the way. There. Done. All right, heads. Let's go with the heads. Hopefully they stick. If we can fit them right. All right. One head. Two heads. Stuck to myself. Three. Fuck guys. And the sixth dude. Okay. And now legs. So I remember these. They fit easy, but too easy. So you have a ton of wiggle room. Best to see the connection from the bottom. The best way to do this is to stare at your Eldar groin, because that is the best way to see if it is connecting properly. Do not look away from the Eldar groin, where you must make sure the Eldar groin is intact. Okay. Stay. Stick. Once again, 6 Eldar groins. Ah, bugger. Why don't you stick, buddy? I don't feel like sticking, guy. Back. I threw my back out last week in some moving furniture. Like an idiot, reach the bottom. Oops, I need to trim this. Lift sharply and quickly, purely with your back in a sharp wrenching motion. This is right. This is right. There. Here we go. Get my glasses. I can see the computer easier now. I like not having glasses on. Eldar groin? Nope. There we go. Okay. They fit nicely. So long as you stare at the Eldar groin, you can see that the connection is being made. Because from other angles, you can't really tell. There. Okay. Other leg. There we go. Completing the Eldar groin. I should shut up about that. I really should. 2 hours, 36 minutes. Will I be able to finish in 24 minutes? I don't know. Okay. This one next. Come on, stop it. There. Okay. I always worry about putting too much pressure on one spot that's still drying. This at least has like there's a pattern that you can complete. There's like a square on the butt where it's supposed to sit. So you complete the square, you know you've got the leg in the right position. So that's good. That's good. Really, it's more of a rectangle. Okay. Okay. Now I put them on the bikes. And that looks relatively easy. Let's go with bike pedal, saddle. There we go. That goes pretty okay. Wow. So this was relatively painless. But the arms, I remember being fiddly. Hopefully that is okay. There we go. All right, now the arms, which hopefully not too crazy. And hold these for a bit. There we go. All right. I was saying this so negatively earlier, and this is, spoke too soon. You're not settled. You need to get stuck in there. Okay, let's try this again. Missed a spot. Several spots. I think I got confused thinking these sprue pieces were thumbs. Which I should have known. Yeah, I missed all these. Listen to procedurally incorrect. Which means the other arms I put on, the other two are incorrect. So I need to fix that, which hopefully is fixable. Let's see. Can I get at it? Yes, I can. You. Yep. Good. Did not hork that up too badly. Okay. Get in there. Stay. Starting to remember why I hated these. Now he breaks off of his seat. Stay. There we go. Stay. Of course, the first time I tried to dry brush these, arm's going to fly off. Stick. Gotta hold it. Okay. Start over here now. Other side. We're getting there. Almost there. Almost there. Just 6 more arms. 6 more arms. Yeah, I hate these. I hate these. God, I hate it. Get in there. Okay. It looks okay. Maybe it's easier if I just lay it in there. That might actually work. Get your hand out. Okay. That is a better way. Get in there. Okay. This really needs probably a little bit more glue. Yeah. There. That at least fit in pretty well. All right. Getting there. We're on the last 2 arms. for the speed bikes. And then I'm going to clean up, maybe chop out the extra stuff for the bits box. And then sleep, maybe. Who knows? Sleep might be good. All right. Last arm, last piece. This is definitely a better way to do the arms. By going sideways and just dropping them in. I was having a hard time the other way. A little bit more glue there. There. They are done. Vroom vroom. And this was Titus from earlier. It's a lot easier to do. Push fit. There. I'm gonna clear off all these things and I'm going to put stuff away. But don't need to hang out for that. I'll do that off screen. And it was nice hanging out with people. But I'll talk to you all later. And you have a good night. Bye-bye.